Chloe froze every asset under her husband's name and made sure he would be buried under hundreds of billions in debt. Then she set fire to the wedding dress that had once symbolized their love. Everything she did, he had brought on himself. 3 days earlier, she had cut her business trip short and flown home early. She wanted to surprise him for their 7th anniversary. The moment she walked through the door, she saw her husband Nathan with his intern, Lindsay. They were far too close, and Lindsay was wearing her wedding dress. Chloe demanded to know who she was and why she was in her bedroom wearing her dress. Nathan brushed it off like it was nothing. He said Lindsay was working on her graduation project and had put on the dress for inspiration. Chloe's voice was ice. Their anniversary, and her husband was with his intern in her bedroom, and this woman was in her wedding dress. She asked him if he really thought that was normal. Lindsay immediately slipped into her act. She made her voice small and fragile and said it was all her fault for being so clueless. That was why she needed the dress, to find inspiration. She said to blame her, not him. Chloe looked at the performance and slapped her hard across the face. Nathan shouted and asked if she had lost her mind. Chloe said the slap was to teach her not to touch another woman's man. Right then, the housekeeper came in and reported that Miss Lindsay's luggage had been moved into the master suite as instructed, and the lady's clothes had been taken to the guest room. Chloe couldn't believe what she was hearing. Nathan explained that Lindsay's apartment had flooded, so she was staying with them for a few days. Chloe had only been gone a month, and her husband had already given her bedroom to someone else. Lindsay saw the fury on Chloe's face and put on her most pitiful voice. She said she should probably just move out. She said if she had known it would upset Chloe this much, she would have rather slept on the street than caused them any trouble. Nathan told her to stay. He said this was his property and he could arrange it however he wanted. Chloe let out a cold laugh. She told him the house being in his name was for his dignity, not his authority. She asked him which single penny in that house hadn't come from her. That was when she noticed something in the trash, a torn-up dress. It was the birthday gift Nathan had saved for months to buy her. Then she saw their wedding photo, also thrown in the garbage. She didn't need to guess who did it. Lindsay, emboldened by Nathan's protection, gave a flimsy excuse that she had accidentally knocked them in while tidying up. Nathan took her side without a second thought. He told Chloe it was just a dress and a photo and he would buy her 100 replacements. Something inside Chloe died for good. She stopped arguing. She gave Nathan a choice. Fire Lindsay within the next 30 minutes, or she would handle it herself. Even with the final ultimatum laid down, Nathan didn't hesitate. He chose Lindsay. He ignored his wife completely, took Lindsay by the arm, and walked out. Over her shoulder, Lindsay flashed Chloe a twisted grin of pure triumph. Since her husband had chosen to treat her like she didn't exist, Chloe pulled out her phone. She pulled every project out from under Nathan and exposed everything Lindsay had done. She fired Lindsay from the company. The news spread through every floor in hours. Colleagues mocked her openly, wearing another woman's wedding dress, sleeping in her bedroom, stealing her projects, and now finally getting kicked to the curb. They said Nathan might be blind, but the rest of them weren't. Someone asked who had given her the nerve to challenge Chloe, a pop singer. Lindsay burned with humiliation. She was about to defend herself when Chloe appeared. She told her to pack her things and get out, but Lindsay caught sight of Nathan approaching and made her move. She walked up to Chloe, threw herself to the ground, and cried out that Chloe had shoved her. Nathan rushed over and started scolding his wife. Lindsay played the martyr and said she should just leave. Watching them play their duet of lies, Chloe couldn't stomach another word. She turned to walk away. Nathan blocked her path and demanded she apologize to Lindsay immediately. Chloe's assistant spoke up and said she was having a severe gastric episode and wasn't well. Nathan didn't care. He insisted she apologize. Chloe said she had never laid a hand on Lindsay. The whole thing was a self-directed act. Nathan swore Lindsay was too innocent to ever frame anyone. Seeing her husband defend her so blindly, Chloe told her assistant to pull up the security footage and show him exactly what kind of person Lindsay was. The footage played. Lindsay was caught in her own lie. She didn't admit a thing. She spun another story, saying she had only fallen because she was terrified Chloe was about to hit her. She swore she hadn't meant to frame anyone. Nathan swallowed every word. He didn't blame Lindsay for a thing. Instead, he turned and accused Chloe of being vicious and relentless. He took Lindsay and left. The fury and pain crashed over Chloe and she collapsed on the spot. When she opened her eyes, 3 full days had passed. Her assistant told her Nathan had not only forced Lindsay's reinstatement, he had promoted her to his personal secretary. Chloe picked up her phone. A message from Lindsay sat right there, brazen and taunting. She told Chloe to rest up and not worry about the company or Nathan, because she would take very good care of both. Lindsay had crossed the line again and again. Chloe was done showing mercy. It was time for her husband to learn exactly who had given him everything he had. She told her assistant to schedule a press conference in 3 days. Then she went straight to the boardroom and convened the directors. She informed them that at the press conference, she would officially strip Nathan of all duties as executive vice president. Someone asked if she realized that would bankrupt him. She said she knew. She wanted it. 3 days, and the world would know.